All right, traders, good evening to you. It's 1800 hours, or at least 2 minutes after. We'll be discussing quite a few guys. Here's our disclaimer. Please do not construe this as advice. Anyway, good evening to you. Brett, I see you there. Good evening, good evening to everybody that's joining us here for the very first time. Warm welcome to you. So we had a very interesting couple of sessions here. Two disappointments from the NAS 100 and the gold. Really, interesting. We obviously anticipated the gold to lift a little bit earlier on, but since then it's really just been, hovering around that support over there. So let's maybe kick it off before we get to the NAS. Let's start with the oil price. And, I really want to just grab your attention once again on the divergence that we're seeing on the oil price here, guys. We're approaching the end of the week, so we're obviously seeing a lot of the markets really starting to set up even for next week. And you can see it already. This is definitely a high that's going to be considered next week, Monday. All right, so by tomorrow, we'll understand, do we move away from the high possibly for next week, or do we move, above and then away from it? So it's really setting up. So guys, I want you to really understand that. Brett, Shirley, just listen to what I said there. The setup for the next week starts in this week. All right. So if you track that back, look at this. It's Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, and last week Friday. So last week Friday, look at this. We had this move last week Friday. And then on Monday, look, we moved higher, and then this week we went higher. So always look at what happens the previous week and the movement there. So we're basically setting up here for next week. So nothing major on the oil price apart from it being very bullish this week. We had a stronger dollar because of that. We had some inflationary concerns. But like I said to you, I'm anticipating a bit of a correction to come. Perhaps maybe even starting tonight and tomorrow. But if it doesn't, we'll probably get some next week. All right. We would need, however, to confirm or at least have a strong follow through beneath the $91 a barrel. That would be a fantastic place for us to be in. All right. Let's move over then now to the gold price. We are still stuck at the exact same place. We tanked earlier on. All right. This was due to the U.S. Unemployment change. And it was positive for the dollar, so it was strong. We saw the gold price come down here. All right. Obviously, that also has to do with the bond yield there that is higher, and that's giving the dollar quite a bit of strength. Now, what we've not done with gold is, because this is the impulse, the leg, this is the foot, at least the feet, the foot of the thrust of the impulse. That's the head, and we've come into the body now. And we're sitting somewhere there. We're sitting at around the 61 point area of the body. All right. Got you there, Tato. Got you there, my friend. So, guys, let's watch the gold. I do know for a fact that I'm definitely watching this area here. Just like I did with the NAS, I'm watching this carefully. I will not be engaging in gold if it closes beneath this area. I just simply cannot, because that is just telling us that price is obviously going lower there. So there's no need to even engage in that, okay? One needs to know when to walk away. And at this point in time, we're still within the impulse, so that's okay. We're just waiting for it to see how it turns out, all right? Then, obviously, we can't omit or leave out the gold to the euro. It's also stuck at the same place there. On the lower time frames, guys, there's a lot of divergence that's set in, but again, divergence can take some time, all right? Price can still move down a little bit lower and then tomorrow only come up, all right? That's absolutely possible. So let's not be fooled by, the fact that there is divergence. Let's give it a bit of time. Let's see how it pans out. The same with the silver. You can see that we are still at that same zone. We've not actually moved away here at all, guys. We've not moved away. All right. So that's the gold, that's the silver, and that's the oil price, at least as revision. Tabato, I see you there. Good evening. We also have the major pairs there, the Euro USD. You can see we haven't moved from where price came. That's a couple of hours ago now. All right. The GBP USD also, guys, we can see we've moved down the past 3 hours after we've already hit our area 1.33379. The AUD USD has not moved that much. It only moved in the time that we were together. Excuse me, that was between 3 and 4, and it's been ever since really just gathering a bit of support here now. All right, so we're going to wait and see the NZD USD, something similar here. We could be going for that correction. I may possibly just exit this, because I'm anticipating price to come up again. But look, we're still waiting for price to finish off its move. But I may just exit here because we are getting closer to Friday, obviously being tomorrow. I prefer not to be in any trades. So I'm just leaving this roughly until 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then I'll see where it is. And then I'll actually close these ones up. All right. Let's go to some of the indices now, guys. Let's maybe just start off with the AUS 200, maybe with the others before we get to the US ones. All right, so the Nikkei still looking pretty steady. We needed to break below the 64,000. All right, Aaron, I see you there. Good evening. The Hang Seng has not pushed below the 24,000 yet. I'm still waiting for this as well. The Chinese 50 here, you can see it's still at the same place. We've not really moved much there either. All right. The AUS 200, we've already knocked our zone, but found a bit of support here now. As I'm saying, we could be pushing up now. So this one I'm kind of leaving alone. We're done with that. Then we have the S&P 500, guys. We tanked here, but again, look, there's some support forming now. There's definitely a rejection here. All right, so I think that's very important to watch. We also have the US 30. It's already finding support. Look at that. It's already finding support. So from a 1 hour perspective, we tanked, but there's the support. So let's see if this holds up. Let's see if this holds up. All right. And then obviously the disappointing one here, because I didn't attempt anything on the US 30. We also have the NAS 100. Now look at this. So I got out of it, guys. When I saw the price break and close like that, I got out of this. Now, again, this goes to show that, guys, one needs to be very careful here. All right. I'm going to take this now and I'm going to start fresh. I'm going to start fresh because this setup has died down. So I'm going to get a new setup now with the NAS 100 because this one has died down. Now, why am I doing that? It's to illustrate that if your setup has crashed, there's nothing wrong with starting again. Okay? There's nothing wrong with starting again. All right? So let's see here now. Let's see. Still on the one hour, guys. 1 hour, but hold on. Okay, here's the 5 minute. All right, let me use a 5 minute here. Instead of using the 1 hour, let's use a 5 minute. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Okay. There we go. All right. Here we go. This. All right. Let's use this one here. So we first looking to go to 28,714.25, which is what we've done already. Okay. Now these lows are important because I think we're going to be staying at these lows for some time. Watch these lows very, very carefully. Now, if all goes well, then I would roughly around here. So these lows are going to be important. All right, because what we've done is we already pushed above those lows. All right, so all right, so we've pushed above 28,451.68, and I am anticipating price to push up here. So I'm literally changing it now. All right, so can you see we're above the zone here. So I'm anticipating price, because we're here now, anticipating it to do a couple of stuff here, but ultimately pushing to the upside. All right. So if you look at it, look right there. Is everybody clear there, guys? Is everybody clear there? Man, these are also, yeah, this is also a really, you see these areas here? It's gonna play around in this entire, you see this entire area here? This entire area expected to play around here in this entire area. So now that I can see, that's a very nice buy. I'm gonna buy here. I want to get back into the NAS actually. All right, I had to get out, guys. I literally had to get out of this. I was not going to because it broke below that area there. So I'm getting in at a much lower place now. All right, and I'm anticipating price so I can make my money back, but I'm doing it on a 10-minute frame here. So I'm anticipating this move to the upside here. All right, and also this zone, anticipating price to play around here. So I can, let me actually take this off so that you guys don't get confused. Sorry about that. Yeah, let me, so expect the price to play around in this area here, but in 29,141. All right. Yeah, look, man, from what it looks like at this point in time, there's a lot of correction that's going to have to take place here. All right. Yeah, we're just expecting it to mess around a little bit. It's, you know, it was the Alphabet and the Tesla that that messed us up here, guys. It messed this entire, the earnings messed us up. Remember, we were here. We were here, guys. Over here. That's where we were. So I was in a position here, and I was waiting for the buy to go up further. So when price came down, I was, you know, obviously I didn't want it to pass, but it did pass there. So that position I had to close, but now I'm going to make that back here and just take it back up and make it back. So I'm going to patiently wait for that now. It's very unfortunate, man. You know, it would have been great for us to, yeah, it would have been great, man. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. All right. So NAS 100, no hard feelings. It is what it is. It did not turn out the way we had anticipated it. But there is definitely a trade that is in the works over here. All right. Now with gold, this one's a bit tricky, guys. I'm spending a bit of time here. All right. So this one's a bit tricky now because what it's done is that impulse to that area there, we are just under the 61. Now, I don't want you to forget there is this zone here that's important. That's the space we have left. Between there and there, we have this space left here for some breathing room. For as long as gold stays in this zone, it can do whatever it wants. It is if it breaks this, just like NASDAQ. Now, here's the problem when it comes to, you know, when you are dealing with commodities and so forth. They are like they're like the ocean, guys. All right, commodities they tend to not, they don't respect levels. Okay, let me try and find an example so I can show you as price is coming down what it does. Okay, so just look at this area here. All right, look at this specific area here. So here we have price very nicely. Hold on. Do you see price here? All right, price consolidates, breaks, then comes back up, but then look, breaks completely. So there's many guys that's anticipating after this we're going to go down, right? Which is fine, yes. So they'll put their stop losses here as an example. So they'll enter, then they'll put their stop loss here on top. So what it does is it will normally push it in and then it comes down. That's what it does. Let's go and I'll now take that and let's go find some more examples. And I'm looking for downtrends from a resistance. Here's the same thing. So it comes, creates, do you see that? Now from that area there, look here. Low, high, and then look here, boom, comes, and then it breaks there. Now what it does, when it breaks there, there's a lot of sellers. All right, there's a lot of sellers. Then look what happens. So once they've sold there, they put their stop loss here. Then look what happens. Takes them out, comes back down. More sellers, takes them out again, and then eventually it drops. So commodities, guys. Exactly, Aaron. So it keeps on doing that. All right, it's the tendency of it. All right, let's go find another example. So I'm just doing a few of them so you can see, guys. Let's try and find bullish ones as well, not only bearish ones. Okay. Hold on, let me zoom out so I can look at this one here. Goes down, up, and then look at this. There. So now you expect it because it broke that entire structure. We're going down. Look what it does. Boom. Goes up and then it goes down. So that can really make someone insane. All right. Look at this one here. We go up. We come down. All right. We go up. Look at that. We come down. Then we go. We break. We broke it. So from there, we're anticipating from here maybe. We push up now. All right. So from there, because we broke there, we anticipate we're going to go up. Perhaps from that zone there. And then look what it does. It comes and it literally takes out all the stop losses. And then look, after that, it moves away. So that is what it does, guys. That is commodities. It doesn't respect levels. Now, if you take that same thing and you go to your FX, FX respects levels. FX respects levels. As long as you can see the levels, it respects it. Do you see that? Once it breaks, pull back, boom. So FX respects, commodities doesn't respect. That's why I'm saying to you guys right now, if you go to gold, this area here, so everyone's buying here now, all right? But what it can do is come back, take out all the stops here, and then from there, we move up. That's why I'm saying I'm watching this area extremely closely. That's the challenge that you have with commodities. They do that. Now, will that pattern be repeated all the time? No, it can't be repeated all the time, meaning whenever you want it to be repeated, it may not repeat at that time. Why? Because if it keeps on doing it all the time, you're going to find everybody's going to get clever. So sometimes it will move away completely. Sometimes from here, it can just move up now. All right? Now, if you compare the NAS now, if you compare the NAS, all right? If you compare the NAS, this is a trending asset. Trending. So low, lower low, lower low, lower low. Do you see that? Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. So we are looking for it to trend now. There it's given us a high. So we expect a higher low. Then we expect a higher high. So how it comes, it doesn't matter. How it comes, it doesn't matter. As long as we have the trending nature of it. That's very important, guys. That's a very, very important point that I just mentioned there. When it comes to stock, it's totally different. That's gradual, step-by-step movement, all right? I mean, look at this AUS 200 now. I can actually redo this. And I think what I'll do here, guys, I'll start to do shorter time frame analysis with all the indices. All right. Let's go 15-minute. Minute movement. I've already hit I've already hit I've already hit it, guys. I already hit the 50 mark. See the 50 mark there? I've already hit that one. So I'm anticipating the upside here. This is now on a 6 minute, but it's the minute frames, all right? Yep. Yeah, look at this. I'm already up here, guys. I'm already up here. I'm anticipating a double 822. You guys see that? Are we together? Let's see here. So I'm anticipating it to push up until there. Okay, let me move this. So I'm going to do about a minute here. Couple of minutes. Yeah. Yeah, that last kick there, Kulu. Uh, that last kick, man. It's very unfortunate, but yeah, guys, look at this. So here I'm making some of the cash back here now on the NAS. The UK 100 is, you can see, is also due for a bit of a correction. Even although it was very good for us we got in. I actually got out of this one now. Remember, I got in right here at the top, right? I got right in there at the top, and we pushed down nicely, and I got out now because it reached this area here, that area of resistance, that struggling area, and look at that. So I actually got out of this. I didn't want to stay in it anymore. It's approaching weekend, so I want to get out of every trade that I possibly can. All right, so AUS 200, this one is a 5-minute, 15-minute structure. It's already above my blue level, so I'm just expecting it to rise a little bit here, guys. I'm not expecting it to do crazy stuff, just literally till there. I think what I will do, all right, I'm going to start really pushing a lot with the minute frames as well, guys, because you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. There's a lot of people that would like to trade minutes, but it can be very scary because of the risk factor attached to it. Because it's like, I'm here with you now, and if you place a stop loss here, you're not going to get a proper risk and reward. So as an example now, for the guys, for them to understand what I would be doing here, this is an area that I'm going to look to get out of, like example there now. So I wouldn't be waiting for price to push all the way down till there. I'll be waiting here. Now, if I take that and I put that stop loss over there, all right, and that is a proper risk and reward, absolutely, all right. So I just need to increase volumes here because it's about scaling. All right, this is a 1 to 2. I can clearly see it. This is a 1 to 2, close to a 1 to 3. All right. Now, if I place one standard lot here, but I'm trading a minute frame, 5-minute structure, 15-minute trending kind of format happening here, all right, I'm only trading it up till there. That is a 1, almost a 1 to 3. So you just got to scale it now. You just got to scale it. So again, I drop down and I'm looking for where the impulse is. So as an example here, I can't trade this. This impulse is already a leg. So I can't wait for it to create the opposing pullback. If the pullback goes beneath the foot of that impulse, all right, why would I stay in? Why would I even wait for it to go down till there? So I'm going to try and find a structure inside the pullback for a stop loss. All right, if I can't be at, now it's most likely that it's going to hit the stop loss. That's why you have to be here, guys. You have to actually be so present. And I'm finding that structure. There we go, on the 2-minute. You see, so if I have to take my stop loss and tighten it out like this, right there, it's most likely going to touch there. Why would it touch there? Because it's still within the impulse. So this is a very tight stop, but there's guys that would do it. All right, so it can come till here maybe, and then we push up. Do you guys see that? It's important, guys, that we look at it from different angles. Now, if you're obviously trading this on a 1-hour frame, it's a totally different thing. If you're trading this from a 4-hour frame, that's all that we're basically trading. Look at that. It just looks better on the lower time frames. Okay. Hope everybody's clear on that, guys. I think that is pretty straightforward. Sorry about that, guys. Can everybody hold on, guys? Can you guys still see the screen? Everybody good? Can I just make sure everybody's good there? Can you guys still see the screen there? So we were definitely messed up today with those. Also, sorry, let me actually do this. Do you see this area here? So you can do something like this as an example. So you're just below that entire zone. You see that? Just below that entire zone. All right, great. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. All right, let's go to, hold on, the GBP yen and the euro yen. I want to check those ones out. See, we are back again. We're back down beneath. Look at that. Once again. So it's been a real crazy roller coaster here. And yeah, there we've reached euro GBP now. We've reached the zone right there. Done. We're done. Hold on. Let's go. NZD JPY. We're back down below again. Look at that. Yeah, we're back down below again. Okay. Euro JPY, nothing here. GBP NZD is done. We got this yesterday. Today, I got this today. Done. Came up nicely there. Euro NZD, I'm waiting for 1.96495. Anticipating some downside. I want to get in here. All right. Let me actually prepare that now. So guys, with myself, I know exactly what my leverage is. I know what the margin will be because I have a margin column that I've already worked out. All right. In what I will be paying for a specific trade. So it's easy for me when I look at it from here. So if I put a buy limit here, I know what it's going to cost me. Now I know my levels I want to get out there. So once I'm in, I know I pay like $20 as an example. All right. And then I look at my pips. That's 221 pips. I take my lot size. I look at what is my value per pip. And then I times that there by the actual distance and I'll get my reward. Alternatively, you can always just drag it. But in this specific case, I know what a 0.03, 0.05, 0.10, 0.15, 0.20, 0.25, 0.50. So I know what they all cost because I've worked it out already offline. And I have an Excel spreadsheet, excuse me, of that. All right. And that helps me make quicker decisions because I just gave a glance at it quickly. All right. CHFJPY, we did. That one disappointed us a little bit. It pushed away. And it's back again. Look, you see, guys, it pushed out and it pushed back in again. So I'm still bearish here, guys, by the way. I'm still bearish here. I am in a trade here and I'm just leaving it basically. All right. All the others, guys, there's nothing. The Euro CAD is tanked. It's tanked. All right, let's redo this quickly. Let's redo this one. This one is actually coming down, guys. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to find. This one's about to hit. Yeah, we about to hit the 100 mark here. We're about to hit the 100 mark. This move's done. Let me actually take this off. It's done. That move's done. CAD JPY. Yeah. Tato, that one is pushed significantly. Yeah, Ethereum, bit of dollar strength, but not too much. All right, so guys, I think it's very, very interesting to see what's happening here. This one's going up. It's still going up here. AUS 200. Yeah, it may be coming down here first, and then push up, and then UK. I'm out here. Look, guys, I'll be honest with you. I do think we're gonna come down, but I already got out. I was in here somewhere. All right, and then price came down and I went out. So in here, I think I was either there or there. Hold on, let me just check. There we go. I was in here, I got in there, and we had a nice move down there. I got out right here. All right. But guys, let's see what's happening with the gold for the next couple of hours. I think what's very important here, and you know, Kulu, you know, as you mentioned, still expecting gold to drop to 3965. If we look at where that is, 39, that's 83, roughly around here to this area here. 3965. Look, that's a massive drop still. That's over 700 pips. So let's see if it does drop till there. Let's see if it does drop till there. It will be, yeah, right here, back to that zone there. Let's see if it does. And if it does, then we know what we need to do. Okay, if it does, then we know what we need to do. We need to get out. Because there's no ways that we will give gold that kind of space. Like I said, what gold does is it will go up, come down, and then when you buy, it goes up a little, up, and then boom, takes out all of the SLs, and then from there it moves up. So I will not disagree with Kulu there. I definitely will not disagree, because at this point in time, what messed us up today was that unemployment, and it was the Tesla earnings, and to add more to that, we had the higher interest rates that also played a role there. That high inflation or the high oil price that continued to strengthen the dollar. So let's see how that pans out later tonight. Watch that NAS 100. All right, we're expecting that to at some point come down and then push up again, at least to recover a little bit of what was lost, anticipating that to actually pan out. All right, and then we'll meet back again, guys, tomorrow at 9:30 for our final day of the week, and see how the charts finish off. What I will be doing tomorrow, I'll be spending some time on possible setups for next week. So make sure that you hear possible setups, how it's setting up for next week. All right. I'm seeing many touches at this area, so that's important. We're keeping that in mind, and we may just get some good movement there for next week. This may not even finish tomorrow. We may still mess around here tomorrow, down here, and then next week we push up. That's an absolute possibility. All right. Yeah, the US unemployment. Yep. But guys, if we look at this overall, very successful week. All right. If we look at this overall from Monday up until now, very successful week. Actually made more money than actually lost money. And that's the good thing here. All right. It was only these two today that really buggered up. It would have been a flawless week if these two did not come and bugger it up. But overall, we did very well this week. All right. So, guys, I'll see you tomorrow at 9:30. London session. We'll be back. We'll see what's happening. In the meantime, guys, please rest well. Great revision, great review. We know what went wrong, and now we get to fix it and start afresh with some new setups. I think that's important. We don't focus on the negative for too long. I mean, it's important to take a breather and acknowledge and admit and say, you know what, this did bug it up a little bit. It would have been a flawless week. But overall, let's be optimistic. It was a great week overall. It's just these two here on Thursday that was a bit of a blunder. But we remain resilient and we push forward. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 9:30. Don't be late. We start with the London session. If you're here for the first time, guys, what a pleasure being with you. Do join us at 9:30 again. All right. It's Ashley Reeve here with you guys. I'm signing out. Ciao, ciao.